Thank you for joining me here tonight. The time is currently 9:11 p.m. Central, and you have a live look at an ongoing tornado northwest of Kalamazoo, Michigan. This is a law enforcement confirmed tornado on the ground that did end up ripping through areas to the south of Alamo and could still be on the ground here near Parchment and Kalamazoo. So if you're in this area, it is vitally important that you take shelter now. We do have a live cam here in Kalamazoo that we will go ahead and use. I know we're here pretty late tonight, but I've been not feeling too hot all day. I will say, though, it's kind of a good thing that we're going live because another big problem is that we have softball-sized hail falling in McCook, Nebraska. Transponder reported a 3.8-inch sized hailstone southwest of McCook, and again, softball-sized hail is only 4 inches, so it's not that much bigger, okay? So if you are to the northeast of McCook, alright, you need to be taking shelter as this is a very dangerous situation. They did just end up downgrading that to large apple-sized hail, but still, very large hail there. Again, this storm has a history of producing very large hail in between Culbertson and McCook, so we gotta watch that super closely, but again, our main focus right now needs to be on our ongoing tornado, or at least the tornado that we had as of a few minutes ago here near Kalamazoo, okay? So, again, thank you all for joining me here on this lovely Father's Day. I hope you guys had a great time with your father today. Hopefully, everybody took advantage of this wonderful holiday. But anyway, again, we did have an ongoing tornado as of a few minutes ago. We might still, so we have to watch this area here. I'll go ahead and bring up stream chat, so if anybody has any questions about their location, feel free to leave those down below. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for portions of Nebraska here, and I mean it's a decent severe thunderstorm watch here. As you can see, scattered large hail likely with isolated very large hail events to 3 inches in diameter possible, and isolated damage and gusts of 70 miles per hour possible. So that's what that severe thunderstorm watch is for there. Alrighty, what's up, everybody? Good to see you all back. Again, sorry, I'm just now going live. I've been sick pretty much all day long. I haven't felt the best, but, things are really popping off here, as we do have, again, a confirmed tornado near Kalamazoo, or at least it was on the ground as of a few minutes ago, according to law enforcement, and if it's still on the ground, it's actually going to come really close to our live cam here. I'm not sure what direction this is facing, but, I mean, it is going to come dangerously close. So if the winds are going west-southwest, I mean, I don't know, this would be facing kind of east, no, like, yeah, maybe like east-ish, maybe northeast-ish. So, I mean, it would be looking right at this area of rotation pretty much again. So if there's still a tornado, we might literally see it on this cyclone port here. So again, if you are in this area, you need to seek shelter. I know the tornado warning technically is not in effect for downtown Kalamazoo, but treat it like it is, because the area of rotation that the tornado warning was for is still spinning up near Kalamazoo, okay? So again, very dangerous situation out here. And they did just actually go ahead and remove that tornado warning. But I'm not super convinced that that was the best play. Again, we still have a spot of rotation here that we're going to watch north of Kalamazoo now. Approaching Westwood and Parchment over the next several minutes. So, we have to watch this here. I'll go and update the stream title, though. Alrighty. Yeah, the tornado must have been very brief. Your rotation is now located, again, on the northeast side of Kalamazoo. I will say the winds are heavy with this storm here. I guess this is only reading 25-mile-an-hour gusts, but if I had to guess, they are way higher than that in some spots. Again, the main area of rotation here is going to be located near Parchment now. And we may even have another spot of rotation trying to develop here closer to Jones. So have to watch that. Those storms in southwest Michigan are kind of overperforming here tonight. And again, I don't want to ignore folks out here in McCook. Again, if you're in McCook at this point, you're fine. The storms are done for you. The big-time hailstorms now are going to be located off to the northeast of you. So rural portions here of Red Willow County that this is going to be impacting. This does not include Red Willow, though. So, let's check out our area of rotation here. See if we have a new velocity scan. Nope. So again, there's your rotation on the northeast side now of Kalamazoo. So again, if this is a tornado on the ground still, we will see it on that cyclone port there that we have in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. So if you guys catch anything on there, make sure to let me know. So we'll continue to watch this here. Yeah, I think they should keep the tornado warning here, considering this storm produced a tornado like 10 minutes ago. But it's the National Weather Service's call, obviously. And, I mean, this is still a pretty dangerous area of rotation here, though, so we'll watch it as it moves through Kalamazoo. And we were not expecting this tonight, you guys. Again, our cyclone port's right there, and it's looking off towards the northeast, where the rotation is at this point, exactly where the rotation is. So I doubt we have an ongoing tornado anymore, but if we do, it will be in Eastwood as we speak here. Rotation's getting a little bit more broad, though, so it's unlikely. Still a very impressive storm, though. Again, it is severe one for some quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds, so at the very least, you need to be getting indoors there. And again, we'll watch this other area of potential rotation near Corey and Jones here over the next several minutes along Highway 40 there. Check out our Nebraska hailstorms. Nothing crazy. So again, we'll watch this line of storms because not only is it producing brief tornadoes, but it also appears to be producing some damaging winds and large hail as it moves eastward here. Look at tomorrow's risks. Tomorrow's risks are on the lower side of things. They're still there. All right, we do have a 2% tornado threat along with a damaging wind and large hail risk. So we'll be live here tomorrow. And then we'll also be live here on Tuesday, obviously. Alrighty. So again, our cyclone port's kind of getting the worst of it right now here in downtown Kalamazoo. Got a little bit of hail just off to the south of it, it looks like. Maybe some quarter-sized hail packed in there. Yeah, I mean, the Midwest and the Northern Plains do typically get severe weather outbreaks like this in the summer, even up into southern Canada. Kind of the pattern we're in right now as well, so... Alrighty, so again, if you're just not tuning in, we are covering an ongoing severe weather outbreak in Michigan, and then also a severe weather outbreak occurring in Nebraska here. Our storm is now down to tennis ball-sized hail at best, but the main area we're watching is down to lime-sized hail. And I think Roman wants to join me here, so I'm going to go ahead and bring Roman the weather guy on here in just a second. What's up?
Okay, is it good?
Yep.
Alright. So, what's going on?
Well, the reason I actually went live is because I don't know if you saw, but we just had a brief Michigan tornado.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then also the Nebraska storm got up to softball-sized hail for a little bit.
Yeah, I saw that. There was 3.8 inch size hail report coming from there.
Yeah, I saw that. There are numerous large hail reports out in the McCook area there.
Wow. Wow. So, most likely a very destructive hailstorm now to the northwest of McCook.
Yeah, a little bit
Wow.
less so, but still.
Yeah, no kidding.
And the tornado that we had ripped through Kalamazoo.
Let me replay radar and see if I can see that. Was it pretty?
You can't really tell by radar, but it was law enforcement confirmed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You can definitely see some rotation, but...
Is there any image reports? I'll probably get to that in a little bit. I need to put my computer on real quick.
Okay. Alrighty, so everybody, again, if you're just not tuning in, we're watching two ongoing severe weather outbreaks, one of them being up here in Michigan, where we have this line of storms that is producing brief tornadoes here in the Kalamazoo area, and then we also have some severe thunderstorms capable of producing very large hail near McCook, Nebraska. Now, again, if you're in McCook, at this point, you're good. The storm has passed, but we're mainly concerned about areas to the north of McCook, areas in northwestern Red Willow County here. So we'll continue to watch this. We're also concerned about areas of southwestern Frontier County and southeastern Hayes County. Again, this is all in Nebraska here. And now we have a new severe thunderstorm warning in Michigan for a line of storms. So now Battle Creek, Charlotte, Kalamazoo, Marshall, Albion, Eaton Rapids, and Grand Ledge. You guys need to get indoors. This does include the intersection of Interstate 69 and Interstate 94. So if you're in that area, you got to be careful while driving. And this is just off to the western portions of Lansing here, areas like Waverly and Bretton Woods. The reason this doesn't quite go out to Lansing is because that's a different National Weather Service zone, and it's still kind of far out from hitting Lansing, but Lansing will probably at least see some moderate rainfall and some brief gusty winds tonight, at the least, I'd say. So, again, this line of storms here in Michigan is really overperforming. We do actually have a tornado threat here tonight. There's a 2% risk, right? That goes all the way from parts of Colorado back into the UP of Michigan. So, would not rule out an isolated tornado or two out here in the plains tonight. We did have a pretty big severe weather outbreak roll through northern Illinois earlier, but again, I was not live for that because I was sick today, but feeling quite a bit better. Get some rest. So I probably won't be live here for too late tonight. But, again, we did have significant damaging winds and large hail rip through northern Illinois there, the Chicago area, back through to Davenport, got hit pretty hard everywhere in between there. We were getting 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gust reports, wind damage reports, golf ball sized hail reports, so hopefully everybody's doing alright.
Quick question.
What's up?
So on that Kalamazoo tornado, did it have a CC drop at all, or is it just non-existent?
I don't think it had one. I think it was a very brief, weak tornado. But, yeah. So again, even on our McCook storm here, we can still see hail on the correlation coefficient popping up there. Because of how dense this hail is.
Falling on this storm. Crazy amount of hail.
Yeah. And again, guys, this previously produced up to softball-sized hail southwest of McCook, so... Alrighty. Guys, I was going to do an episode of Tropic Talks today, but I just was not feeling up to it. I tried recording it, and then about 5 minutes through, I almost fell asleep there because I was exhausted. I was sick. It was just not great. So I'm just going to record an episode tomorrow for you guys because we do have a lot of activity right now in the tropics, and I think it does need discussed in depth. I know we did have a brief water spout this morning in the panhandle of Florida. Or near the Florida panhandle, anyway. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Red Willow County here. Some ping pong ball sized hail in this portion of the storm. Again, parts of this storm is warned for tennis ball sized hail. Parts of it is only warned for ping pong ball sized hail. So it all.
And there also is a hail spike on that McCook storm. It's very subtle, but there's also a hail spike.
Oh yeah, you can see it there. Yeah, these are two different National Weather Service zones here, so we'll see what the National Weather Service in North Platte decides to do with this, but the National Weather Service in Goodland probably has done everything that they're going to have to do with this. And we have a little baby hailstorm off to the east of here in the Atlanta Holdridge area. Some nickel-sized hail and 50-mile-per-hour winds. This may go severe warning. It looks pretty intense. They're near Oxford. Just ripped through Oxford.
You there, Davis?
Yeah. So again, guys, we do have some broad rotation north of Three Rivers, Michigan. It's not tight enough to produce a tornado, but it's something we'll have to watch because, again, this line does have a history of producing tornadoes, or a tornado anyway, at least one.
You said rotation where?
North of Three Rivers, Michigan. It's broad, but
Yeah, I see that.
we'll have to watch it. Over Highway 131 there. Alright, so the line of storms is mainly past downtown Kalamazoo at this point. May still have some moderate rainfall there, but Kalamazoo, give it 10 or 15 more minutes, and this line it'll be out of here because it is moving actually pretty quickly. It's moving off to the northeast at 55 miles per hour. So, but yeah, we got ourselves a mini severe weather outbreak here in southwest Michigan today. And we've had severe warnings in this area since this afternoon from our Chicago event, this evening, I guess, but still. Alrighty, and our severe thunderstorm warning there, one of our warnings there north of McCook just expired. So again, this storm here is still capable of producing ping pong ball sized hail and some 60-mile-per-hour damaging wind gusts. So if you're in this area, make sure you are getting indoors and away from windows along Highway 83 there. This storm is going to be approaching portions of rural Frontier and Hayes counties over the next several minutes. Again, crossing over Highway 83 as we speak. And this is eventually going to be heading for the Quick area there. This little spot along Highway 83 looks like a little rest stop here, if anything. But if you're familiar with this area, you know what I'm talking about. This little rest stop off of Highway 83 in between Maywood and McCook. That's where the storm is approaching right now.
I'll be right back, Davis.
Alright.
Oh, wait, never mind. We're good.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my internet cut out, but
Oh.
we're good.
Alrighty.
Hello, chat. I'm logged in. I'm gonna start relaying information to you, Davis. It might take a little bit, but you've got a lot of info.
Alrighty.
So apparently, today we had a tornado down in Crystal River, Florida. I don't know if you saw that or not.
If you're not tuning in, we are covering it all.
Send that photo to you.
Oh, okay. I knew there was a water spout in that area, but... no, this is definitely not going to be another 3-hour live stream, Sam. This one will be,
No, I bet it'd be maybe 30 minutes.
Holy cow, that is pretty photogenic there. So this was a tornado today. near Crystal River, Florida. Very interesting there. It's pretty tiny, but whenever it's in a populated area like that, that's always a problem.
Those tornadoes yesterday we were covering were very photogenic, and one ended up being potentially violent for a couple seconds. We were covering that yesterday.
Yeah, today's not going to be anything like yesterday. Again, this is going to be an overnight event, but I'm not going to be staying up very late. I need to get some rest, but I mean, I'll be here for a little bit. Again, I mainly just went live for that Michigan tornado and the softball. Hey, I know both those things are gone, but still, we got some weather to cover. I don't want to make a 20-minute stream, so we're just going to keep going here for a little bit. Again, we do have some stuff to talk about. We got our line rolling through Michigan. That happened today. And then also our storms in Nebraska.
I'll also be live tomorrow as well. I don't know about you, Davis, but I will definitely be live tomorrow for the event in the Dakotas and Minnesota and Nebraska.
Yes, I will be live for that. And I'll also be live on Tuesday.
Sweet.
And probably Wednesday, realistically.
We have a whole week of severe weather outbreaks ongoing for us here, just at least, until Tuesday, because that is when the SBC outlook reaches out. But I bet we will be live for a lot of days this week.
Yeah, probably. So again, here's your little cell here. Still producing some big-time hail-ups at ping pong bowl size. Again, approaching the quick rest stop there, whatever that is, over Hugh Butler Lake. So, again, this rural area here in between McCook and Maywood is what we're talking about. Again, that's in southwest Nebraska there. Storm in Nebraska, you think is splitting? Let's check it out. Yeah, I mean, it does appear to have that be the case there, but before you go, Davis, can you go over the models in the tropical system? I don't know if you went over this when I was not here. Oh, yeah, I'll take a brief look at that while we don't have much going on here. So, I'm just going to pull it up on mobile and bring it up on your guys' stream because I don't like the Raider Omega models. I'm just going to use tropical tidbits. I mean, they're the same models, but I'm just going to look at it like this. All right, so bring this up on your screen right now. Come on. Okay, bringing this up on your screen in a minute. There we go. All right. What? Yeah, I am struggling. All right, so we can see here Wednesday. What?
I was just saying I gotta go. So I was just saying bye.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I mean, Wednesday here, we're definitely going to have our system slamming southeast Texas. That's almost a guarantee that that's going to develop at this point. It's a 70%. The National Hurricane Center has issued, some people call it a code red. Or if I said National Weather Service, I meant National Hurricane Center. But again, this is going to slam into southeast Texas likely on Wednesday, and then into Thursday, it's going to continue to bring tropical moisture into more central portions of Texas. And then around Thursday and Friday, we can see our other potential system here that could impact parts of northeast Florida and southeast Georgia there along the along the southeast coastline. We'll have to watch both these systems. Again, I think the more likely one to develop is definitely the one that's going to hit southeast Texas, but both of them are going to have the potential to be tropical systems at landfall. And, even on this run of the GFS, it's showing another potential tropical system in the Gulf as we go into, the 27th and 28th, so incredibly active in the Gulf in the next few weeks.
Absolutely. Yeah, it seems a lot of central Texas and areas near Houston are going to get looks like life-threatening flooding right now to me.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, I'll go ahead and pull up the European here. If I can find it. There we go. So, these are the rainfall totals, all right? As we go into the next several days, we'll push this out to next Sunday, which I believe would be the 23rd. So here we go. This is how much rainfall we are expecting across the United States. this week here, okay? So, as you can see, very heavy rainfall is going to slam southeast Texas here with all that tropical moisture. Now, it's looking like, for the most part, the worst of it actually stays into the Gulf there, which is good news. But for areas that are, really hugging the coastline there, right? Corpus Christi, you could get 4 to 4.5 inches of rain. We're talking about areas, it's just right along the coastline here where we could have some potential very, very heavy rainfall totals. And I don't know if this is a glitch or not, but it's showing 8.5 to 9 inches of rain for areas along whatever these islands are called here on the southeast Texas coast. So we'll have to watch that for sure. It's not a glitch, but the reason it looks like this, it goes from 3.86 to 8.67, is because it's a pretty low-res model, so we can't really see the exact indices there of, the exact amount of rainfall, but somewhere between, 3 and 6 inches of rainfall, I'd say, is definitely a possibility for areas hugging the coast of southeast Texas there. And, even going further inland, all right, we're talking about San Antonio still having the potential to see a good 1.5 to 2 inches of rain there, so we'll have to watch out for that. But it's going to be crazy. And again, I think Florida's definitely going to get quite a bit of tropical moisture there with that system. However, the European is really not showing much. It's only shown about 1/2 inch to 1 inch of rain for a lot of spots, so we'll see. One spot to note, though, is up here in the Midwest. Some areas in Minnesota this week are expected to get 10 inches of rain. So that could lead to some flash flooding, and obviously that indicates that we're going to see more severe weather up here. So we'll watch that.
Absolutely. We'll be eyeing that system as that approaches.
Yeah, we'll be eyeing all these systems here. Again, obviously, if there's any severe weather potential, or you got to... Oh, wait, these are... A lot of my chat messages are just now coming in. Alright, but yeah, if you just take the proper precautions, you'll be fine. And, it's not even like, it's going to be a tropical storm at best, alright? We're not talking about, like, a major hurricane where you got to evacuate or you're going to die. It's not like that. It's going to be more of a tropical depression, tropical storm. And it may not even develop into a tropical cyclone. It may just be an ordinary bit of tropical moisture there. So we'll have to watch it, but, yeah.
You don't live in a flood-prone area? Well, that's great.
Yeah. We have to worry about you?
The thing is, Texan guy, if you just take precautions, you will be just fine. I don't think this will kill anybody, honestly. I just think it's going to be a weak tropical storm at best. And you don't really need to panic for it because it's what is it, like a couple weeks out? Davis, or a week?
Yeah, like a few days out to a week out, so.
Yeah. Just take precautions and then you will be just fine.
And honestly, it's really not going to be too different from an ordinary severe thunderstorm. And I know you guys out there in Houston get severe thunderstorms all the time, so I think you'll do just fine with it, honestly.
Our storm in Nebraska is really dying down a lot.
Yeah, I noticed that there's really barely even a hail threat at all there anymore. Maybe in portions of far northwestern Red Willow County there, but...
So we really are just kind of eyeing, this storm out here in Michigan that produced that brief tornado in Kalamazoo. And there is still some brief rotation with it. It looks a little, I wouldn't say stronger, but it does look more impressive than on past sweeps.
Yeah, and you can actually see the outflow from this line of storms here. That was a thing that we could see through our Chicago storms, and that outflow band of winds actually warranted some severe thunderstorm warnings today. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm really not even expecting any tornadoes with our tropical system. Maybe a couple of tornado warnings, but I doubt we're actually going to see any big-time tornadoes there from that system, from either of our systems that are coming to the Gulf.
You lived through Hurricane Harvey. Yeah, Hurricane Harvey was a really, really bad hurricane. I think it tied Hurricane Katrina for the most damages in a hurricane, I think, ever.
I believe that's true. I think it's like this, like tied for the costliest or something. Oh, and now we actually just got a 76 mile per hour gust out of our line of storms there 19 minutes ago. So this is actually a pretty damaging line of storms. And I will say, since then, this line has gotten a little less impressive in terms of its damaging wind and tornado threat. But still, a 76 mile per hour gust. That's damaging.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And we do have a report as of about an hour and 4 minutes ago that out here in Bloomingdale, Michigan, we did have damage to a house. Now, it doesn't really specify what kind of damage that was, but this line of storms is definitely damaging here, so we'll have to watch it. And again, it has produced at least one brief tornado. And again, honestly, this little storm here behind it, closer to the Indian Lake area, is rotating a little bit. So we'll have to watch that, but still nothing too crazy. And they did just issue a new severe thunderstorm warning for a line of storms here. It's doing the thing where it disappears and reappears. So we'll see that there in a second. But I saw it pop up there.
It's a considerable warning, though.
It is?
Yeah, it's for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts.
Okay, so this is, again, where things start to get a little more intense. The jump from 60 to 70 is more than you'd think. There it is. So, areas like Galesburg, Vicksburg, Climax, Augusta, Isera, Nashville. I mean, at this point, the line of storms is past most of these areas, but again, we are talking about the potential for 70 to 80-mile-per-hour winds with this line of storms. So if you're in this area, again, you need to be getting indoors, and preferably in the middle of your house with a line of storms like this. And our storm there in Nebraska did go severe one, the one with the special weather statement for the Holdridge area, for ping pong ball-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. And, this looks to be a hail spike here. It's a really weird one. It looks like it's a high precip hail spike according to the reflectivity. But, I mean, obviously hail spikes don't carry any precipitation, but the radar is thinking it's a pretty big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hail spikes are not real things. They are glitches that happen in the radar whenever we have hail so dense in a storm that whenever the radar tries to penetrate through it, it really glitches out, and we get this feature sometimes that we like to call a hail spike, a little spike on the end of the storm of what looks to be low precipitation, usually indicates a hail spike.
Absolutely. And just real quick, I'm just going to go over the outlook for tomorrow, Monday, June 17th. So what we're looking at tomorrow is a slight risk for scattered, strong to severe thunderstorms will be possible Monday over much of the northern plains toward the upper Mississippi Valley. And the main threat with those storms is wind and hail, and it's not even a very, very large risk. I don't think we will see any, destructive storms, but there is also a chance for a brief tornado or two.
Yeah, we'll have to watch that tornado threat as it unfolds there across. The tornado risk is really a weird shape here, but as you can see, it goes through parts of Wisconsin, just barely clips the UP of Michigan there, but Wisconsin, Minnesota, far northwest Iowa, northern Nebraska, southeast South Dakota. We'll have to watch out for a potential brief tornado. Again, it's not going to be anything ridiculous. It's not going to be like yesterday where we had massive, tornadoes slamming Nebraska, but
Yes. Welcome, any new viewers.
yeah, glad to have you here. No, it's kind of late, but
Yeah. It is pretty late.
yeah. No, but yeah, I mean, this tropical system is not even gonna. You can't even compare it to Hurricane Harvey at all.
Davis, I'm sending you, because we were watching that Montana storm yesterday, there is an actual picture of that storm. Just an absolute, just crazy looking storm.
Holy cow. That looks AI generated.
Yeah, you can pull that up on stream if you want to.
Somebody was saying that it met the criteria for a derecho, but that's not true. It did not travel 240 miles. Yeah, look at that, guys.
The derechos are very, very long track events of damaging winds.
Yeah.
And this only traveled basically to central South Dakota.
Yeah, and I mean, it was intense while it
Sorry,
happened,
central North
but
Dakota.
it was brief.
You're up till midnight. Why? 10:45 ain't late for me, but that's my opinion.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not super late, but I usually don't stream this late, is kind of what I meant by that.
I think I stream, so my stream so far, I've been streaming till like 10 or or so, or 9:30. But if there's another really bad severe weather outbreak, or even like a big tornado outbreak, I will probably be streaming like way longer.
By the way, guys, I'm gonna have a video on the new Boston Hooks tornado emergency from last month. It was so ridiculous. I'm gonna make a video explaining what it was, but basically, it was a tornado emergency for an EF1 tornado, and not only that, but the tornado had lifted before the emergency even got issued. So, really ridiculous situation there. But I'll have a video out on that soon because literally I've not seen anybody talk about that. I think the weather's been so active lately. There's been more to focus on, but that's just ridiculous.
Days, do you remember? I don't know what year it was, but it was fairly recent. Not this year though, but there was actually a tornado emergency in Arkansas for no tornado at all.
Yeah, that was 2022, the Jonesboro emergency. That was a huge controversy, but to be completely fair, the National Weather Service, I mean, they were getting false reports by an Ohio woman that a big time tornado was on the ground. We were in a pretty bad radar hole, so it was hard to see what was really going on. So they were kind of, I don't want to say they were forced to issue that tornado emergency, but they would have looked kind of stupid if they didn't. And I mean, there were cars flipped, but it was actually because of a big time accident because of the hail. It was just a massive situation. But I mean, I'm not gonna do a video on that because that's already been well covered. But yeah, that was definitely a crazy scenario.
Did I like middle school? Because I didn't. Yeah, it was alright. I mean, it's past, so I'm moving into sophomore year now. But yeah, middle school, it can be different for a lot of people.
Yeah, I did not have a great time in middle school for 7th and 8th grade at least, but my 6th grade was decent. And actually, in my school, they consider 5th grade middle school, which is weird. I know not a lot of places do that, but my 5th grade was okay.
For my school, we only do 7th and 8th grade. That's all we do in school.
Yeah, I mean, I know that's what most schools do there. Yeah, I know Alferia has a video. I also know that Weatherbox has one. I mean, a lot of the weather YouTubers had a video out on that. Yeah, I mean, this new Boston tornado emergency, again, the tornado lifted. It was already gone by the time the emergency got issued. So basically, it was the same situation again where they were issuing an emergency for there wasn't even a tornado. Now, again, there was one previous to that, but it was still only an EF1. So definitely not deserving of a Tor E. It wasn't even a super populated area. And I know this area had a tornado emergency like a few years back, but oh my gosh, 7th grade was the worst year. I can relate to that.
Yeah, 7th grade you get bullied by the 8th graders. You get called Sebbies.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, I remember in like 3rd grade, the 4th graders would call us turd graders. I was like,
I think our storm out here in Michigan is really not rotating a lot. Maybe in one area it's rotating quite a bit, but it's not rotating like an insane amount anymore.
Yeah, I doubt it's gonna produce another tornado.
A lot of stupid people at middle school once pulled a knife out.
Yeah, I have crazy stories like that too, but I'm not gonna go too in depth with that because I don't want to get this stream demonetized. Well, I mean, I'm not monetized, but I don't want to get it like age restricted or something ridiculous. Our severe warnings, all of them for a McCook storm, are now gone because again, that storm really weakened out. But our Holdridge storm looks like it's actually could be rotating a little bit here to the west of Atlanta, so let's watch that. And I don't know, that may not even be a hail spike, but it looks like one. It just looks so high precip though. Yeah, I don't think that is a hail spike. But again, the velocities with this are indicating some weak rotation west of Atlanta, so we'll have to watch that. Yeah, it's okay, Mr. Storm. Man, the myth. Mr. Storm.
Wow, that storm just flopped. I wouldn't say so. I mean, it produced softball size hail. I wouldn't call that flopping.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely flopped after that, but I mean, that definitely was not a flop storm in total. I do not think we're going to see any hail like that tonight, and the first storm really out here in the plains does that. That's crazy.
Yeah, our storm back here near Atlanta is rotating quite a bit now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah, just a little bit there. Something to watch. Yeah, I have
Just
way
miles
too many
per hour.
moderators.
I'll say this: me and Davis and Mr. Storm hopefully will be doing live coverage tomorrow on the storms. And yeah,
Yeah, it'll depend if Mr. Storm's able to join me or not, but definitely do some coverage on that tomorrow.
and
So again, here's our line of storms approaching Lansing now. Looks like this may actually go to the south of Lansing. It's moving a little bit too far to the south, but I don't know. You could get some storms out there in Lansing.
you'll be free tomorrow. Okay, great.
Sounds good. I don't even know, like, what's the time frame for tomorrow? I've not looked. I've been focusing on other stuff, and I've been sick. Let's see.
I got you. Uh, like evening, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, late afternoon, early evening.
Yeah, Mr. Storm had a video that he posted without a title, and I was like, dude, your new video has an interesting title. Awesome screenshot. Zero. No, but yeah, I mean, I'm glad that I saw that. I'm glad that I saw that in my notification box. Otherwise, that would not have been good. Well,
I maybe, yeah.
it,
Let's
it
say maybe if we
could.
get some light rain in Detroit.
It definitely could, but I don't think it's going to be nearly as intense by the time it reaches that area. Yeah, tomorrow's time frame looks to be evening through early nighttime hours, and then uh, Tuesday's time frame. No, I'm sorry. No, but Tuesday's time frame is kind of again late evening, early nighttime, and I will say, if you look at the NAM, I mean, 9 p.m. Tuesday here. Look at this, guys. I mean, this is insane. That is like crazy line of storms there. That is stretching all the way from the Minnesota-Canada border there to southeastern Nebraska.
Wow, that is a big system. Yeah, definitely we'll be covering that. That could absolutely contain cumulus CS tornadoes. And you said that was like early nighttime hours, Davis?
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
Tomorrow would be a good hour and a half live stream. Maybe. It'll depend. It's probably going to be multiple streams for me, but for Roman, probably a few hours of one straight coverage. By the way, southeast of Lawton, Michigan, some rotation has developed here. You can look at it from multiple radar sites and see that it is rotating, just barely.
You said Lawton,
Yeah, Lawton.
Michigan. Oh, yeah, it is rotating quite a bit.
And you can verify that by looking at the Fort Wayne radar as well.
Yeah, I'll be live for quite a bit tomorrow covering that big line of storms.
Yeah, so if I'm not live, go ahead and go over to him.
was impacting McCook earlier today is really fizzling out.
Yeah, at this point, it's done. It's done. Again, I'm watching this.
Sorry, go ahead, Davis.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm watching the storm off to the east of it. That's probably what you were gonna say, but
I was gonna say we have a 3.5-inch hail report coming out of 5 miles west of McCook, Nebraska. Hail started as peace highs about 7 p.m. Continued off and on until about 8:40. Wow, with large hail up to 3.5 inches. So a very long hail event near McCook.
yeah, for sure. You'll stream tomorrow too? Alright, sounds good.
Yeah, but I think the storms that we're kind of just watching right now are the ones south of Holdridge, Nebraska, and of course our line of storms here in Michigan that has had a history of producing brief tornadoes.
Yeah, again, I'm watching that storm east of Lawton. But your rotation there anyway. So.
But chat, how is y'all's Father's Day? Did y'all do anything good for your dads?
Yeah, I had a good Father's Day, but again, I mean, uh, I, I tried to hang out with them as much as possible, but again, I was kind of sick, but yeah, it was decent.
You'll be streaming your own storm that's hitting me that day? Okay, cool.
Yeah, let us know what you see out there. So again, south of Indian Lake, a little bit of rotation here with this storm along Highway 62, and then we also have our very weak rotation.
That's nice. That's nice, Mr. Storm. That's real nice.
Yeah, I did that too. We, yeah. Two not well constructed buildings destroyed in Crystal River, Florida. That tornado, I don't want to pre-rate, but it sounds like it could be like EF1, maybe even low end EF2. It looks impressive. The damage reports are impressive. If that is true, that is.
Your sister made cookies for your father, and we gave him a car. Oh, that's nice. Our rotation near Lawton is still there. It's just we just need to keep watching it for a little bit in case it does do something.
Yeah, I was just checking that out. That may, if it does intensify even a little bit, it may honestly go tornado warn, considering that we've had a tornado out here already. And, I mean, this is kind of what the rotation looked like on our storm that did produce a tornado, so we'll see.
You gave your father $100 gift card for Bass Pro Shops. That's real nice. do have a lot of isolated thunderstorms popping up here near South Bend, Indiana, and near North Liberty, Indiana. That are going to be capable of producing heavy rain and continuous thunder.
There's a new severe in Nebraska. Sorry, is that what you just said? I couldn't tell.
Oh no, I was talking about the isolated thunderstorms here near South Bend, Indiana.
Okay. Yeah, Sam, we do have Menards here. I mean, not in my town. My town's way too small to have a Menards, but we do have Menards in Central Illinois. But yeah, we do have a new severe thunderstorm running for Hemingford. In the Nebraska Panhandle here. Some 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-sized hail may be associated with that storm there. There's a lot of them in northern Illinois. Yeah, I think Menards is a nationwide thing. I don't know if y'all have Menards where you live, but...
Yeah, but it's a good store.
Alrighty. Rotation slightly intensified.
Yeah, I mean, we do have two that we need to eye on, especially that one that could form near east of Florida. There is a 30% chance on that 7-day for that tropical development chance. But our main one that we're going to eye out for is the 7-day one that has a 70% chance of forming in the Gulf of Mexico.
They do actually have the tornado possible tag now on our Kalamazoo storm. I think just for all these little broad areas of rotation out here that we need to watch. Mainly this one near Schoolcraft.
The Gulf of Mexico storm is warm. The Gulf of Mexico is warm, so it can and that is kind of a really big hotspot for big hurricanes and stuff. Okay, so our storm near Holdridge, Nebraska has gotten downgraded to quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So this is weakening for now.
What the Sigma? I told Roman to say that on stream and he said no, so I said fine, I'll do it.
Once you get a computer, I'm definitely doing this. Doing what? Are you doing, like, streaming?
Do I remember what state you live in? It's South Carolina. I'm pretty sure. I have, like, a really good memory. I think I've talked about this before, but I can, like, randomly remember really oddly specific things. Yes, I'm wild for that.
Ain't no way.
Yeah, I don't
wish I
know.
had a good memory. I don't even know what happened 2 days ago.
Yeah, I can't even remember what town you live in. You live in Abbeville, or however you pronounce that.
You did a stream too? Oh, that's cool. Mr. Storm, I agree.
What did he say?
He said the storms are skibidi.
There's skibidi phantom attacks. Yo, I can't even lie. I have no idea how we've been live for an hour already. I feel like whenever I have somebody on the stream, it's way easier to just go live for like 3 hours straight, like we did yesterday.
have to have a certain amount of subscribers and stuff like that, Sam.
What did he ask?
For us, it's not going to take. It's going to take a while before we can actually earn some money.
Yeah, I am not monetized yet. By the way, we did just get a new watch.
Yeah, once we get monetized, we'll actually be able to earn some money, and then we'll have a reason to do this. But for right now, our only reason is to try and push this out to more people. And once we do that, we can do longer streams and hopefully help some more people and earn money.
We have a new severe warning in South Dakota, southeastern South Dakota. This is going to be for Platte. Some quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds may be associated with the storm just southeast of Gregory now, so make sure to look out for that. Make sure you're getting indoors there. Yeah, hopefully...
Well said. I agree.
Wait, what?
Mr. Storm said, well said, Roman. I agree.
Hopefully I'll be able to monetize soon. The problem is the watch hours, man.
Yeah.
The subscribers isn't... I mean, I don't want to sound like, oh, it's not that hard to get 500 subscribers. It is. You have to work at 500 subscribers, but the 3,000 hours rule is just dumb. Originally it was 4,000 hours, and by the way, we just... Oh, wait, never mind. Never mind. But, an update on that new severe watch. So, the main threats include scattered hail, with isolated hail up to lime size possible, and isolated damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour possible. Very low end severe thunderstorm watch there for parts of Nebraska and South Dakota. But it is a severe watch nonetheless. They're also talking about potentially showing a watch for parts of Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio, but it's only a 20% chance for a line of storms here. But
this is an advisory report to say Happy Father's Day for your father. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Rita. That is really nice. You're live for your part 2 weather coverage.
yeah, I think we're probably going to wrap it up soon. We don't really have any tornado warnings or destructive severe warnings or really anything even close to that. The closest thing would be our line here in Michigan, but as that enters more portions of central Michigan, the environment's a little less favorable for stuff like that. So I think I'm going to end off the stream here. To wrap things up, we'll go and talk about this new severe warning that just got issued for Valentine, Nebraska for quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. If you are in northeastern Cherry County or northwestern Tiapaha County, make sure that you're getting indoors. But yeah, we're going to wrap up coverage here, so thank you all for tuning in. Have a happy Father's Day.